Welcome to day 32. So today we're going to continue what we did yesterday, but this time we're going to do day 32. And we're going to talk about coins and clocks today, okay? So like I did yesterday, I'm going to do an example of each one. And then it's going to be up to you to finish the rest of the paper, okay? But before we jump right into the lesson, let's jump right into the date. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020, and we are on day 32. Now, let's jump into the lesson. So, it says, circle the word that correctly name each coin. So, what I would do is I would look at each coin. So, look at this coin. I noticed that it's bigger than that coin. It's silver, but it's smaller than that coin. So I know it's not a penny. Let me see. It could be a nickel. So it could be a dime. That coin look a little smaller than that one. So I'll say it's not a dime. And then it's smaller than that coin, so it can't be a quarter. So it means it has to be a nickel. And since I have coins here, I can actually pull up a nickel to see, is it a nickel? And it's indeed a nickel, okay? So next, you would do the second one, the third one, and the fourth one, okay? And it literally say penny, nickel, dime, a quarter. You're gonna choose which one you think each coin is, okay? So 2 and 3 are the same. And I'm going to draw a line so you won't get confused. So notice that this is divided, okay? These clocks have nothing to do with these, okay? These clocks go to these down here. So let's go number 2. So number 2 says, number 2 and number 3 says, what time is shown on the clock below? Now, number 2 is a little different because we didn't really talk much about half hour and when the hand is between, the hour hand is between the 3 and the 4, but I'm going to go over there a little today, okay? So as we can tell, our hour hand is between the 3 and the 4, but it haven't quite reached the 4 yet. So until it reaches the 4 completely, that means the hour hand is still pointing at 3, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put my 3 in here, okay? Because I know that this hour hand is still pointing to the 3 because they haven't reached the 4 yet. And there's no number in between the 3 and the 4, okay? But what is the 6 telling me? Like the minute hand is pointed to the 6. I know if it's pointed to the 12, it means o'clock, but it's pointed to the 6. So I'm going to show you a little trick that can help you out, okay? So anytime the minute hand lands on a number, one of these numbers, it has a value, okay? So we know that it landed at 12, it say o'clock. So let's just say the hour hand was on 1. If it was on 1, it would be 5. If it was on 2, it would be 10. I'm actually going to write that so you can see it. So it was on 5, 10. So what I'm doing, I'm just adding 15 each time, okay? So if it lands on a 1, it's 5. If it's land on 2, it's 10. If it land on 3, it's 15. If it land on 4, it's 20. If it land on 5, it's 25. If it land on 6, it's 30. But we're going to keep going, okay? Just in case you land on other numbers. If you land on 7, it's 35. If you land on 8, it's 40. If you land on 9, 45. If you land on 10, it's 50. If you land on 11, it's 55. And 12 is 60. But we know if you land on 12, although 12 is 60, it still means o'clock, okay? So now we're going to go back, and we see that the minute hand is on the 6. But I can't put 306 because it's not 306, okay? It is 3 what? 30. So if you watch the Jack Harmon video from last week, it actually taught us the half hour, 15 minutes past, 45 minutes past, and let you know what each of them meant. So if you don't remember what Jack Harmon told you, I will put that video at the end of this slide so you can watch it again, and it teaches you the time. Okay, so this time here says 3:30 because the hour hand is between the 3 and the 4, not quite at the 4 yet, so it means it's still the 3. And since the mini hand is pointing at the 6, it means 30, so it means it's 3:30. Okay, so you're going to do the same for number 3. It says what time is shown on the clock below. So you're going to right here, show me what time does this clock say, okay? All right, number 4. It says write the digital time for clock L and clock M on the blank digital clock below. So since I did a problem like this up here already, I'm going to do clock M, okay? And you're going to do clock L, okay? I want to see, did you learn what we did up here for clock L, okay? So clock L is similar to number 2, okay? So clock M, I see that my hour hand is pointing at the 11. My mini hand is pointing to the 12. So anytime the mini hand is pointing to the 12, what does that mean? O'clock, right? So that means it is 11 o'clock. So once again, you'll do number 3, the second part of number 3, clock L, and then the last 3 corners, okay? Once you get done with that, you're done with math for today. Don't forget reading, social studies, and don't forget to turn your work in to your teacher. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you, first graders. And I will post this at the end.
Hip hop around the clock, hip hop around the clock. When I say the time, you stop. If you're at the time, you say hip hop, then the time on the clock. Hip hop around the clock, hip hop around the clock. The clock will stop at 8:15.
Hip hop, it's 8:15.
Hip hop around the clock, hip hop around the clock. The clock will stop at 8:30.
Hip hop, it's 8:30.
Hip hop around the clock, hip hop around the clock. The clock will stop at 8:45.
Hip hop, it's 8:45.
Hip hop around the clock, hip hop around the clock. The clock will stop at 2:15.
Hip hop, it's 2:15.
Hip hop around the clock, hip hop around the clock. The clock will stop at 2:30.
Hip hop, it's 2:30.
Hip hop around the clock, hip hop around the clock. The clock will stop at 2:45.
Hip hop, it's 2:45.
Hip hop around the clock, hip